My fellow Singaporeans, yesterday I had a shock of my life when I read the news that there was going to be a Founders Memorial at the National Museum. It tells us that the PAP of today has lost its way, preferring to leech off the goodwill created by their predecessors. In the past, people voted for the PAP even though they were not strong on democracy and civil rights, but that was the social contract between the people and the PAP. People could see economic growth when Lee Kuan Yew brought in multinational companies to invest, and everyone could see the vision and determination that he had for our country. Now the situation is so bad that even well-paid expats are leaving Singapore because they could no longer afford the rents. How about the locals? The 4G leaders today are doing anything. Are they doing anything about it all? It makes my blood boil just by looking at the lame speeches and excuses they have been giving in Parliament recently. Lawrence Wong had the audacity to say that the opposition should start proposing alternative policies. Has he been sleeping, or has he been just plain delusional? Didn't opposition MPs already speak up on GST hikes and propose several alternative revenue models? Beyond the budget, didn't the Workers' Party propose a redundancy insurance? Didn't the PSP, the Progress Singapore Party, propose additional levies on foreign workers? And speaking of which, what solutions do Lawrence Wong have for the many problems that the average Singaporean voter faces today? What is he going to do about the high COE prices that were pushed by the inflow of wealthy foreigners or foreign wealth that has been coming in? We see news reports of high net worth and ultra high net worth foreigners coming into Singapore. And do you know, my friends, Bloomberg recently did an article to show that wealthy foreigners do not invest much in Singapore. They are simply parking their money here due to the situation of what is happening between China and Taiwan. How does this benefit you? How does this benefit us as a whole? The influx of such wealthy foreigners are pushing up the prices for you, me, and all of us Singaporeans without actually generating much economic benefit. What is Lawrence Wong going to do about the high housing prices? It reminds us all that he did increase the subsidies of resale flats. Property analysts are rightful and they are angry when sellers will adjust their pricing expectation upwards. And this would create an even worse problem for the overheated housing market. What solutions does Lawrence Wong have to deal with inflation, low birth rates, underemployment of Singaporeans, and a host of other myriad of problems that we face? Can he even manage his own party? When he was first announced as the next leader, some big names did not even offer him any congratulations. Let me tell you, my friends, there is the general or the military power base within the PAP, the civil service power base, and the trade union power base within the PAP. Lawrence Wong doesn't seem to be the leader of any of these camps. Can he manage the country when it remains to be seen whether he can hold his own party together? At the end of the day, do you think that the 4G ministers are capable in improving your lives? And mind you, the cost of one Lawrence Wong is more than the cost of US President Joe Biden, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, and Xi Jinping, Chinese President, put together. Don't you think we are overpaying for someone who is still not ready to take over as the Prime Minister? Let me leave you with a quote today by none other than Mr. Lee Kuan Yew himself. PAP will lose power one day when the opposition have deteriorated in quality and the opposition puts a team that is equal or better than the PAP. We have already seen this happening in Sengkang GRC, where 3 political office holders were voted out because of the popularity of Jamus Lim. Ask yourselves, my fellow Singaporeans, have our lives improved since the last GE? Do you think that Lawrence Wong has the solutions to the problems that we face as a country on a day-to-day basis. If not, your choice during the next general elections will determine the lives of your children that will lead in the future and their children. We must regain our country, our dignity, and our future. Thank you very much.